right, man, let's talk about what should be the compensation for Jalen Ramsey. Came up that the Lions are one of the teams that's in contention to get him. It'd be interesting, too, how the free agency would have played out if he would have hit the market. Like Micah Parsons said, the reality is people don't want to go from L.A. to Detroit. But like I always told you, when people come to Detroit and they stay here, they tend to want to be here. It's a perception that you go to Detroit and all of Detroit is bad and it's burning. When you got money or you got a little bit of money, you don't really have to worry about that in the D. Like, it's great neighborhoods in Detroit, but the suburbs are some of the best in the world. They're some of the best in the world, bro. So, you see Ndamukong Suh, Calvin Johnson, a lot of these dudes tend to come back here and plant their roots down here, stay here, or build businesses here. So, like I said, it's just a misconception, a big misconception about Detroit. But, kind of about the compensation that could be asked for Jalen Ramsey. I mean, obviously some people say number 18. I think that might be a bit too steep, honestly. And some people might say, well, why? I mean, at the end of the day, you got to pay him. That always, if he was under contract for so long, then at value, he almost 30. The way I think of it is a combination of a second round and a mid-round pick. That's my interpretation of it. Like, I think a second and a third or a second and a fourth will get the deal done. All right, that's just my opinion. Don't say it's right, but I see some of that nature getting the deal done. You start talking about first round picks, you start talking about quarterbacks. That's what you start talking about, quarterbacks. Not a cornerback, quarterbacks. So if it's a combination of 3s and 4s, but you're talking about a number 1 pick, I think the price is too steep, and I wouldn't even start off there. I tell them, see what you can get, and then we'll come back and try to match it. But I'm thinking more of a second, bro, and maybe a combination of a second and a third or a second and a fourth. That's kind of what I'm thinking that should be able to capture him. I think you start talking about a first. I mean, you start talking about guys like quarterbacks and prime edge rushers and stuff of that nature. Now, if he was under contract for 2 or 3 good years and didn't want a new contract, then I think the conversation would be 100% totally different. Then I think our conversation, but you still got to pay him. And that's the same thing I was saying about Lamar Jackson. Yeah, you can't sit here and ask for all of that, then we got to pay this man. No. So that's what I'm counting. Now, if it was 32, 31, 30, 25-ish, then you consider doing it. But then people could say you could trade 18 and then you could trade your 2 second-round picks and get back in the first. Or you could trade down from 6 and accumulate a second-round pick. So there's a lot of things they can maneuver and do to get another first-round pick. But if I'm doing it, it's a second and a combination of another mid-round pick. And we'll see who else willing to give up more. That's the question. We'll see who's willing to give up more. They might get a second from somebody. They might get a third and fourth from somebody. They might get a late first from somebody. They might get a late first. But the thing about them teams is all that's in that late first round, New Orleans, Philadelphia, whoever it is, those teams are already tight against the cap. That's the issue with them. They already against the cap. So that becomes the problem. They already up against the cap. The Lions created $10 million, and they can create a lot more getting rid of High Tide, Romeo, or Charles Harris. They can create like 30, 40, 50 more million, some shit like that in cap. It ain't no reason, especially if you're going to stay at 6, and you get Tyree Wilson. Ain't no point to keeping Romeo and Charles around. Just being real. Because then you have Julian, you got Austin Bryant, good special teams player, James Houston, Josh Pascal, But that'd be something they should consider doing, Jalen Ramsey. You know, if it take 18, it take 18. Like I said, you can move down, get another second round pick. You know, but in a perfect offseason for them, you know, as far as defense, it's Jalen Carter. You can move up and get Jalen Carter, getting Jalen Ramsey, and getting somebody like Tremaine Edmonds at this middle linebacker spot. To me, you know, that's what it should be looking like. For Levante David, I'm good on Bobby Wagner, dude. I'm good. Truth be told, I'd rather stick with Anzoni. No more throwaways. And then again, you have a nice, good team. And if you still can get Bijan Robinson, that's even more perfect. They need as many home run hitters around Jared Goff as they can get. Because you seen what happened when everybody got injured last year. Brown, Reynolds, Shark, you know. He looked like the Jared Goff from year one. He looked like the Jared Goff from year one in Detroit. And year one in LA or St. Louis. Well, yeah, to me, I'm thinking a combination of a second and a mid-round pick. That's just my opinion. But then you still can move down and still accumulate more picks. You know, but I'm thinking they should be a little bit more aggressive. You know, with this thing possibly being wide open. That's what I'm kind of thinking. You know, the Eagles gonna lose a lot of talent. A lot gonna fall on Jalen Hurts' shoulders next year. You know, a lot gonna fall on his shoulders next year. Then, you know, you don't know what Dallas gonna do. You know, I don't trust Danny Dimes at all. So it's a lot to be said with what's going on. It's a lot to be said. You can shore up that defense. You know, like I was telling people, you're gonna draft for our defense. I keep telling y'all that ain't gonna work. All you do is gonna pass up on Hall of Fame talent or Pro Bowl type of talent, All Pro type of talent. Still investing available. You gonna have to make this defense really a lot better. They're gonna have to get healthy. As they got healthy, they got better. And veterans. They need vets. No more younger players, dude. You got enough of them. You need vets. You need vets. You need veterans. Them veterans is gonna, set it off right. So that's just my opinion on him. Let's see how much time we got left. I can't see. There you go. We good. But yeah, that's how I'm thinking for Jalen Ramsey. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Check out Detroit Lions top players, more videos like this.